What's going on, guys, and welcome back. So everyone else has already been kind of doing it, but I think we're a little early. Early May will be 3 months though since the February ban list. So me and Brock are here to give our thoughts on the ban list prediction and what could hit, what should get hit, and what might actually fix the game. Obviously, every one of these is going to be to a degree a wish list, but we try to be a little unbiased if possible. So I guess starting out, some cards that I don't think are going to get changed at all. We're going to start with Halka Fibrax and Auroradon. Hulk is in the Ghost reprint, I believe. I don't remember if it was confirmed or not. And same with 001. It's just kind of hard to believe that they're going to hit that card and engine with a reprint coming up to sell it. Not sure your exact thoughts. I think it's ban worthy. I just don't think it's going to happen.
Yeah, and I don't think Hulk is necessarily a problem anymore. I think we've kind of grown past it. So I don't think Hulk is necessarily an issue. Maybe I'm not giving its full credit, but I think Auroradon is more of a problem because token generators, tokens being able to go into links. I think that was a bad mechanic. I think Konami missed the ball there. Like they should have limited. Maybe tokens could only go into specific links, not just be used as a generic monster. But I think Auroradon more likely to get hit than Hulk.
Yeah,
I think most people would say the opposite.
I definitely agree with you though. Like we've seen how many token cards get hit in the past, and they like their Hulk, so we'll see. But I think probably the card that most people want banned, maybe not most anymore, but for the longest time, I know you're a huge fan of it, and I think it stays at 3 because I think it's a good checks and balances. And realistically, how often do you see Mystic Mine even being played in the format?
Right, and I mean, other than the man Leonard, um, nobody plays it. I mean, it might be a side deck card or like a one of in Sky Striker or something, but nobody really plays it. It doesn't win events, right? But it's also a necessary evil because like you need to you don't want to auto lose to it, so you gotta plan for it just in case. And if we didn't have Mystic Mine, unfortunately, well, maybe not this format as much because Eldritch makes you have to have back row respect. But outside of that, like you said, it was a necessary evil.
Yeah, it's
It's here to stay.
and flipping polar opposite, never coming back. I don't really have a whole lot to say about it. I think Master Duel proves it. Maxi should just stay banned forever. Card is so
Yeah.
toxic.
Yeah.
um,
I don't even want to talk about it. Move
yeah,
on. It's gone.
probably the card I'd like to see come back most, but I know it can't. Colossus again. That's just a fan favorite that a lot of us either you hate it or you love it, and like depending on what side of the fence you're on, I think understandably though, like we all have to understand that card's not coming back.
Exactly. It's just too easy to summon, and everybody hates floodgates, right? And that's all it is. Like, okay, it's a floodgate in a combo deck, but it's still a floodgate.
And it even has built-in protection.
Yeah.
I'll say the
So
only thing against it now is we have like Droplet, Dark Ruler. Like there are so many outs to it, but the hard thing is like decks put it on top of their board. It's not like Colossus Pass. It's 16 negates plus Colossus. So
right. Exactly.
now that we got cards that won't change that people probably want to hear talked about, obviously you can see on the screen I only got one card banned. Um, we'll talk about one because I know people are gonna say, "What about Scythe?" and I'll give my thoughts on that later. I mean, it's in the structure deck. It's not getting banned. It just got printed, and I'm sure it's happened before, but I just don't see it happening. However, I think Verde is going to get hit. It'll be their way to check the DPE engine, and most decks will drop it, but some will continue to play it. I think just because Fusion Destiny is good to open and you can play it after combo. But I think this is their way to go after DPE without actually hitting DPE and still letting people play it.
And yeah, so I definitely don't disagree. But it's Konami. I don't know. I uh I have a hard time feeling that they're gonna ban it. I think in looking at it this way, For decks that like branded just came out and now a branded fusion, um, you can't use Verde when using the Albaz stuff, right? So is it kind of like keeping other decks um, up to par with Albaz?
See, and
So like would cutting Verde just make Albaz even stronger, branded even stronger?
I was actually going to use that as my reason why it gets hit, because they're making the new decks not even need it and require it, so people won't be upset to see it go. But
So yeah, I think it's the right move to get rid of it, but I don't think it's going to happen. I almost don't want it to happen at this point.
I mean, I'm a Cyber Dragon player, of course. I don't want to see it either. But stick around, guys. Subscribe, because if it does, we got a list for you already. Don't worry. Limited cards, 4 of them. First and foremost, like, the engine has been everywhere. I think before the last 3 weeks of regionals before branded came out, like 75% of topping decks were playing the Brave engine, and I think like the Enchantress, Temple, Aquamancer, whatever she goes by, like, you need to hit this and right are like two peas in a pod, because they could even like foolish this to the grave and use it that way. So, and it's like easy enough to bridge with Small World. Like, there's so many ways to get to this, and personally I wish they'd just limit both of them and really cut down the consistency of it, but that's not going to happen. So I guess picking one out of the two, I think the better hit would be the monster as opposed to write the spell. But they got to do something about the engine, because it's just, everyone agrees it's kind of getting not so fun at this point.
Yeah, what did you say in your last regional video? Like
Yeah, like
80%
yeah, it's
added or something?
like between 70 and 80%, and working on the one for last weekend started it over with the branded stuff coming out. And even Despia's playing, like, Despia branded, they're playing the Brave package in most of the lists. Like, I think out of the 21 decks I found so far, 13 of them are playing Brave, and it's just, it's crazy.
Yeah, it's like you said, I don't know what the hit is, I'll be honest. I hope they got to do something though.
Yeah.
Um,
I think
yeah,
they'll hit one of them and it's not going to do enough, and they'll realize it and have to hit the other one later. So that's why I wish they would even like limit Enchantress, semi-limit right, just to, because then you take away like three of their copies. Like I said, they have Foolish Burial. They have other ways to replace, kind of, if you will. But like hitting the monster, I guess you lose that free, like the free summon, the free body, and then banish it from the grave, and the follow up. And I don't know, the engine's just insane, and they need to do something about it.
yep. Be brave, Konami. Do something.
This one you might not like too much, and I probably the least likely thing to happen on this list, but I'm saying D-Shifter limited. Like, the card is insane. The card is crazy. Called Desire's last list though, so maybe we'll get lucky and hit two out of two lists on our limited. The card just, like, it turns off so much for so many decks, and it's a way to indirectly hit floowandereeze, which has been doing really good. And if you look at the deck, it's like, what do you even hit in flow? Do you ban the wind barrier statue just to get rid of the wind lock? Like, the deck's just kind of awkward to hit.
Right, but Shifter would be a good hit for Flu. As a Gred Maju player, I love and hate Shifter, right? So, but I was one that was cutting Shifter a lot sooner than a lot of other people. Um, but yeah, it's a great card, and it makes rogue decks like stand up against the meta. But when meta decks start using it like Fluandereeze, it's kind of a problem. And is bring it to one. I think it just wouldn't see any play if it was at one, because it's either you draw it or it's a dead card. So, putting it to one would be essentially banning it. But yeah, maybe that's a hit to make.
That's actually pretty much it for cards I have as far as like hitting. 'Cause I think outside of like DPE and the Brave engine, the format's actually not bad. Like, if you follow our regional breakdown videos, the pie charts look really good. It's like, holy, this is a good format, until you get to the end and see that 80% of them played DPE and Brave, and that's just not represented in the pie chart. Like, that's the part that really just skews the whole format. All 3 of them could probably come back to one, but like Blaster's probably the most likely Dragon Ruler to come back, and I don't understand why a lot of cards are still on the ban list. Dragon Rulers being one. I think it's just like the legacy they left behind, but like it's time to start bringing some of these cards back because I don't know, Dragon Rulers aren't meta anymore. Like,
yeah, I think you're right about that. And the one that they did bring back, I forget its name right now. Geez, the wind. Right?
yeah, is it? I think we went through this last time too, but
Tempest.
yeah, Tempest.
Yeah, Tempest. It hasn't done anything. I think you're right. It's safe. Bring them back.
Yeah, I
Let's
said
see what they can do.
out of all of them, Redox will probably be the one that is the hardest to bring back, just because it's like a worse block dragon, and like decks like Adamancipator obviously would play it. But even then, I think Adamancipator could use a worse block dragon because like they haven't done a whole lot.
Yep. Yeah, that deck is dead right now. Maybe not. Maybe it's seen a resurgence. I think I heard that somewhere, or somebody has high hopes for it, but
Yeah, but
they could use a boost there.
otherwise, if Colossus can't come back, my favorite card that probably could and should come back, like Harp Horror, Orcus is so bad and power crept at this point. Like, I don't know. There'd probably be some cool combo version that people make, and it's like a decent tier 2 deck, but I don't see Orcus like taking over the format again if Harp comes back.
Right? Isn't that funny how we're saying like Brave is everywhere, 80% of decks. We need to do something about Brave, but that was Orcus 2 years ago, a year and a half ago.
Yeah.
And now we're like, bring it back. But yeah, without Harp, Orcus can't do anything. I mean, whatever. Again, splashable engine that might get like one extra negate, but it's not gonna take over the meta like it was,
Right.
especially with the limitation of the branded stuff.
Yeah, it's yeah, I definitely agree. How about semi-limits though? How would you like to see Light Stage come back? I put it at 3 last time and everyone lost their minds. It's a one card Dragoon, one card, like that's not even the best part about Light Stage. There's 110 or 1,000 one card Dragoons in the game. Like the best part about it is being able to, pop your opponent's back row and they can't even respond. Like they either activate it then or it's useless and dies later. Like that's the best part about Light Stage. Like it's not even that it makes a Dragoon. It's the back row effect that makes it like the broken. But like I will
a little bait and hash.
Right.
But
like
yeah, I think it's long. I mean, the nightmares are gone, right? We don't have unicorn or mermaid. We don't have goblin. Those were the problem cards. It wasn't even Light Stage. It was just the trick stars going into the nightmare package. That was the big issue.
But Candina, Search Corobane, Special Summon Corobane, Verde, broken, bro. Like, I mean, like, yeah. If people are that afraid of Trickstar, like, if it being at 2 is that scary, I don't know. I don't see it. I personally, like I said, I toned it back. People really got after me for saying it could go to 3 last time, so let's start with 2. Let's start with 2, prove I'm right, and then put it to 3.
Let's put it to 4. I want it at 4.
Terraforming, it is at 4 then.
Yeah. I miss burning my opponents to death, but whatever.
I mean, okay, now I know someone's going to say, oh, Mr. Ruin or whatever, that burn strategy, mill, whatever. I mean, it could be fun with Trickstars. Give them a Light Stage back. I'm okay if Trickstars is meta again 5 years after it did good. Like, it's been 5 years.
Right.
Maybe not that long, but it sure feels like 5 years.
Well, 4, right? 2018, Master Rule 4, Trickstar, Sky Striker.
Yeah. So yeah, it's been forever. We let Sky Striker live for how long?
Yep.
Unlimited cards. We got. See if I do them in order. Dynamite Knight, the Draco card. Like Draco's hit so much. Me and Brock were just talking before actually starting recording. Like Masterpiece to 1 even. Like would that be that bad? I don't see it happening, but like Dynamite could go to 3, and I don't think anyone will play the deck.
Right. Just the people that never stop playing the deck that go 3 rounds and drop, right?
Yeah, it's I don't see it doing like anything crazy. Um, it went to 2, I think, last list, or did it go to 1? Astrograph, it went to 1 because it came off the ban list. And like Triff's not even playing Pendulum. Like the big name people who would play Pendulum still aren't playing Pendulum. Like that's how good the deck is. Astrograph to 3 because Electromite's still banned, so it's really not that broken. I mean, I hate Pendulums and I don't want to give them anything, but is it gonna
Same.
matter?
But also, I want to stop hearing Pendulum players complain. Like, oh, if I only had Astrograph.
Right.
Like, no. Guys, I messed up. I want to hear you say that some more.
Yeah, I just hate Pendulum because I can't stand reading that much card text.
Right.
Like, I just hate it. I know you're gonna love this one. Salad Circle, Salamangreat. This one I was actually kind of iffy on. Like that deck, I feel like is better than people give it credit. It's just worse than too many other decks, so that's why it doesn't see play. But like Circle to 3, it probably would see a lot more play. Whether it's a good tier 2 deck, probably. I just, especially with Brave, like Prank Kids are just the kings of the 1 card combo that could fit in a million hand traps. So it'd be a good deck, but I don't think it would again define the meta.
Yeah, and I still really dislike playing the deck because it is so recursive and just the same thing over and over again. But in fairness, I think they could use a boost because of exactly why you said.
Yeah, when's the last time someone
Yeah.
topped with Salad?
Right, exactly.
Speaking on decks that haven't done a whole lot in forever, imagine you're at a regional, okay, and I'm watching you, Brock, and you're in game 3, I believe, and life points are really, like, I think 8k to each, and there's like 10 seconds left in the round, and your opponent activates a hero lives. If they have 3 copies, that's more likely to happen again. Like, um, but
That was
yeah,
great.
heroes could
So
use
what
it.
happens? I win. That's what happens.
Yeah, that was like as soon
You
as he
open.
did that, I was just like, oh, that just happened. This is over. Like, he really just played a hero lives with 10 seconds left in the round. I mean, I
Yep.
think you had game at the time because I forgot. I know you had a Pankratops and I think some other stuff, so you were probably in a pretty good position anyway. But like that was just I couldn't believe that it happened. But like
Right.
heroes again, they could use the support, um, especially if like DPE gets hit a different way than other than Verde. Like then hero could even really use it even more, I guess. I think if Verde didn't get banned, probably the best way to hit the DPE engine. I know people are gonna say DPE or Fusion Destiny, but even if they hit like ban Celestial to get rid of the Pot of Greed, I think that would help a lot too. Because I know I end up winning games a lot of the time. Obviously, it's DP's recursion, but like there's so many ways to out it, and especially if you don't pop itself, there's so many ways from your opponent to spin it or send it or get rid of it to where it doesn't trigger it. But that draw 2, I don't think I lose very often after resolving that draw 2.
Weird. It's almost like there's a card just like that that's banned.
Right.
But also, you want a hero lives to come back so hero players can special summon more?
I mean, yeah. Especially if we keep Verde, because I mean that's 6,000 life points there. Obviously, most don't play because Vision, the Ferris, and Increase hard lock you into heroes. But I mean, I think Hero Lives could go back to 3. Otherwise,
Yeah, I agree.
Digusto Emerald, like how many rank 4 spam decks are there, and how good is the card actually really? Like it's not a bad card, but is it limit worthy? Like is it really on the level of obvious cards like Exodia? Like does it win you the game when you get it? No, it doesn't. So
Crooked Cook is fine, but Digusto Emerald is too strong.
Yeah, yeah, that's probably the most relevant rank 4. Otherwise, just a couple cards that like I think other than like this is what I think will end up happening, and I don't think it's too crazy to expect. Scythe, it was just in the structure deck, and if we're hitting Verde and really slowing down the DPE stuff anyway, is Scythe gonna get hit too? I don't see it. I wouldn't be surprised, but I don't think they're going to hit Scythe. And like I said, I really want them to hit right as well as Temple. But again, I don't see them hitting both cards this close to release. But they got to hit one. Otherwise, people are going to start quitting until they fix the format. So they got to do something.
And with Scythe, I think it all depends on when the ban list comes out. Like, if the ban list comes out next week, no, they're not going to hit Scythe because it's too close to the reprint. Although they have reprinted cards and then immediately banned them, but not in a set like this branded Albaz. If it comes out in a month, yeah, I could see him banning it because they've already sold the structure deck for a month. Now it can go away. But yeah, but so it all depends on timing, I guess is my thought on Scythe.
That's fair, but let us know what you guys think down below. We got to go because we got a regional coming up, and we're still building a pretty spicy deck. So stick around, subscribe, like, share, all that good stuff, because I don't think you guys are going to want to miss it, and hopefully it goes as good as we want it to. So take care, guys.
Double top coming up.
Thanks for sticking around to the end. We do have one more matter to take care of, and that is our playmat giveaway from our last video. Again, for anyone who did not see it, well, it's a little late now. We actually went a few days extra. We hit 2,000 subscribers, giving away a playmat. Pretty excited. Turned out really good. I know Luke got one. You can purchase them, $35. Links down below for all that good stuff. That's shipped, tracked, all that fun, good stuff. But we have one to give away right now. 20 people are entered. No one actually, I was going to end it Friday. Didn't have anyone else join. Obviously, big holiday weekend. I was busy. We're going to hit generate, and then we'll go over to the video and see which commenter ends up winning it. 20 people means a 5% chance. So number 8 from the top. So 8th one from the top. There's our fancy other things we've done for us. The video, if you want to go check it out. Combo video for Cyber Dragons. Things that you really need to know. Scythe lock, multiple negates, OTKs. Well, no more playmat. But anyway, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. I just want to double check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hell Slifer. Glad you can learn something new. I will also comment and reply here, just so you're aware. Yeah, get a hold of me on Facebook to make this easier. I'll finish typing up that comment anyway after, but that is our winner, and congratulations. I'm going to continue typing that out. Reach out to me on Facebook if you're seeing this, and I will get you that playmat. Yeah, so that's it, guys. Thanks for watching. Until next time, take care.